Hey, what's up everybody? Marcello here from Gamers Xtreme, and today we're going to be playing through a new release on the Switch called Guts and Glory. Now, this is something that has been out for quite a while now on the PC, and finally, Tiny Build has brought the game over to the Switch, PS4, X1. So basically, Guts and Glory is a physics-based game. You basically have to move the character to get from point A to point B as safely as possible. If you don't, or you screw up, or you run into one of the many traps in the game, well, let's put it this way, this will happen to you. Yeah, let's put it that way. So, you know, a nice family-friendly game, very family-oriented. Alright, let's start by starting off from the beginning of the game, showcase a bit of how the game starts off by just throwing the basics to you. So, from what I understand, Guts and Glory, like the concept of the game is it's supposed to be some sort of game show that comes to this town. I think it's funny because this game show is basically do or die with the amount of traps that await you. But yeah, we'll see. So, just a few things to note. It's physics-based, so the controls are going to feel a lot more weightier as you would expect for a physics-based puzzler or platformer. So let's see. That's downloading. Alright, so to start off, there's 7 vehicles to start with, 7 different characters, each with their own vehicle. And then the 8th character, Junior, he's unlockable after you've completed about 20 stages. So we'll start off simple. Let's see, we'll start off with John and Deborah, this married couple here riding on the same bike. Alright. Nice and safe, see these people here. He's in the way. So visually, I mean, it's very basic looking. Again, I don't think it's supposed to be anything award-winning by any means, visually. There is a lot that's going to be happening on screen, so obviously they had to downgrade the quality of everything. What's interesting is moving the D-pad up and down, or the analog stick for that matter, to choose your selection, moves the camera, which is a little bit on the strange side, but it's all good. Alright, so we did John and Deborah. Let's try Jack and Jill. Went down the hill. Alright, so let's drag this old lady. Oh god. Well, oh god. Yeah, he's down too. Alright, respawn. Now this is one of the problems I have with this game so far from what I've experienced in my couple hours I've put in. There are loading times for every single time you need to respawn. So loading times are usually about 10 seconds, if give or take, but it does kind of ruin the flow of the game if you last for less than 10 seconds and you have to always respawn at the nearest checkpoint or at the beginning of the level. Alright, that old woman's late is gone. The checkpoint. Oh, jeez. Come on, Jack. Still good. Still dragging this radio flyer. Wonder what happened to the lady. You could do it! Oh, right, I did a backflip. Oh crap, this arrow's being shot at me. Okay. It's boost power! So you do have a boost. You can use that meter on the bottom left. Oh, he's down. So what's interesting too is the game is extremely bloody, extremely gory. And the first couple levels, they kind of like don't introduce that yet. It's almost like, yeah, we'll get you started, we'll get you acclimated, and then stuff's gonna happen. It's gonna be pretty grotesque, but it's all good. What on earth happened to that rope? Oh man. Well, I got rid of Radio Flyer. And the old woman that was with it. Probably safer not being tagged along. These people were just chilling here. They don't even move, nothing, they don't even react. Yeah, so loading times even throughout the levels. Yeah, like loading the next track. I mean, not terribly slow. Well, they're lengthy enough. Honestly, I think the annoyance is more with the loading every time you have to respawn. The other thing with this game too. Oh yeah, I can die over here, so I gotta just shot at here. Oh jeez. Whoa. Oh god, what on earth just happened there? Jesus. I don't even. That's quite some gore that's dangling off of me there. If you want to even call it that, I don't even know what that is. Oh, there's bombs. Oh! Oh, yeah. Yeah, pretty dead. Frame rate is also an issue due to a lot of the physics and particle effects that are going on. Frame rate takes a huge hit when anything kind of happens. So if there's multiple objects on screen, or an explosion happens, or even respawning, as you can see, the frame dips quite a bit. Woo! Made it safely. To the minefield. Who the hell puts minefields in this part? Oh, it's a game contest, I guess. There's a little spike thing over here. Dodge that. Woo! Our winner. Whee! Yeah, if you press the B button, you can actually launch yourself. So as you can see, like, so by the third level, they already introduced a few crossbows that they shoot at you, and mines. Now it's like, okay, well, let's add in saw blades that are constantly rotating, just to rip you to shreds. Now, what's interesting too is you could also slow down time. So with the press of a button, you could slow down time for about 3 or 4 seconds. And there doesn't seem to be a limit on this. It's just once it goes away, you can press the button again to kick it in again. And this helps refine your movement speed or going through traps like this. So yeah, see over here, it introduces it. So, get through. Oh, Jesus. Whoa, jeez. Oh, saw blades there. I can make it. Why would I go straight up? Why can't I go this way? They're mine. Go, 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 go. That I'm getting hit. I will say, it does a good job of giving you a proper tutorial and have an idea of what the game's going to throw at you and what you can do in the game. Again, whether it's doing slow motion or stunting, like in this stage we're going to do here. Oh, and FYI, you can actually adjust the blood and gore in this game. So you can actually adjust the multiplier of the blood level, as well as the just how much on a scale of 1 to 100%, how much blood you want. But you can also shut everything off and have no gore, no blood if you feel a little queasy with that kind of stuff, and that's understandable. I think that's actually great that they have that option. Right now, this is actually on like one of the lower settings. Oh boy, this. Oh, that camera, jeez. It's loading now. Every time you get a respawn. hopefully this is something they can patch. Like even the frame rate here, there's just so many objects the game's loading at once, and I don't think it was optimized with what it actually showcases and what it shouldn't. Right, so jump.
You still drink your mother's milk.
The music's interesting too. It's a mix of like a little bit more intense like this, a little bit more cinematic, to honestly the most part just cheerful tunes. And I think that's the ironic part, is just how cheerful the tunes are for like what is actually happening in the game. Alright, let's see if I can make this without dying. Woo! So here's what I feel about the game so far. I've put in several hours, experienced quite a lot that the game has to offer. Now, what's here is good. It's fun. It's not the most detailed game visually or most polished game, but I think intentionally so. We'll play as the Yang family here. Just use you, Jack. Guys, I messed up. Yeah, it's not the most visually powerful game. It's not some sort of showstopper, nor is it supposed to be. It does have technical issues, though. I mean, I could put art style aside, but technical issues are there, and there's no way around that until they, or if they patch it. The frame rate is unlocked, so because of that, it'll go from anywhere from it's dropped to as low as 5 to 10 frames a second, and it can go up as high up as 60 frames for a few seconds. Again, it fluctuates. It depends on what's on screen, how much is on screen, and what's happening. As you saw before, like when I was biking down that hill and I hit the mine, the frame rate just tanked. But texture work's not that great. Obviously, you can see like the sidewalk looks very bare, and the grass blade, everything about the visuals is very low key. The other thing is, again, the loading. There is a lot of loading in this game. Whether you're going for the next level or you're constantly respawning, there's going to be a lot of waiting time. This, I can't believe they have a chair with a propane tank attached to it. Jesus. If you could actually control this thing. Oh, this is gonna end a lot worse than I thought. Actually, I'm still alive. How I'm still alive is beyond me. There's several instances already where I should have been dead. Oh, there I am. These segments here, they actually remind me a bit of Pilot Wings 64, or actually any of the Pilot Wing games, really. The ones where you actually have the jetpack attached to the character and have to kind of fly around. The other big thing with this game is that compared to its PC counterpart, there are no user-generated content. Like, you cannot download any levels or play any creations. And from what I understand, that's one of the big hooks with this game too, is a lot of the user-generated content. So the lack of that in the console version is definitely going to probably hurt it a bit. This plays Junior. Okay. Oh, and then there was this awesome glitch that you had right here. There's times where I've either started or respawned, and the character has already fallen off the vehicle. And again, something that could hopefully be patched. So again, the game technically does have issues. There's no doubt about it. In terms of like the lack of polish, I understand that it's somewhat part of the game. It reminds me a bit of like Goat Simulator. Although this is probably more entertaining than Goat Simulator. Did not find that game amusing at all. Got Marty McFly vibes over here. Hoverboard. Oh, Jesus. See if I can make it through without getting killed. Oh! I am freaking awesome. Well, the game does a good job complimenting you. Oh, gosh. Oh, these little taps. I don't think I've ever heard my Switch fan running, and this is the one game I hear my Switch fan faintly running. So we just gotta make our own path here. Oh man. Oh, I'm getting shot at. Boost, dude. What? Nice. Plays Earl. Shotgun toting. Redneck. So overly joyful music. Controls aren't the greatest with this thing, but what doesn't help again is the frame rate is not stable, so it doesn't really provide for smooth controls. Oh jeez. Drive around and avoid a lot of this. weird thing too is the pause menu. So when you pause the game, it just says menu, and you would think, okay, like I could actually move around, and well, I can move the camera around pretty well. But you have to actually pause the game and then press A to choose your menu down below. It feels like it was really designed for PC base and like to kind of click on it and drop down the menu, but I don't think there's any necessary reason for that. It really should just be pause it, and there's the menu. You shouldn't have to press another button to open up your pause menu. Alright, let's change the track. Now I mentioned about the frame rate. There's one particular level I tried where I could not believe how much the frame rate tanked, and I'll show you once the game's done loading. With this infamous loading. It should be called loading game. Yeah. Wait until you see the frame rate here. Oh boy. Now, despite the game's issues, the odd part is, as unpolished as it is, and as intentionally unpolished as it is probably, it's still a fun game to play. It's definitely one of those games that I found myself putting down and like actually wanting to come back and see what other craziness will come up next in the levels. Oh yeah, here we go, the frame rate. But shouldn't be waiting on the side of the road lady. Now this is actually the frame rate that you guys are seeing. And I'm recording at 60 frames a second. And this is live frame rate of this level. Still alive. I can't say the same for the family in the car, but I'm still alive as a driver. Ooh, I see bloody shreds underneath the car. That's pretty nasty. Yeah, this is like unplayable. This frame rate. This is really bad. This is like N64 expansion pack, not optimized, unplayable. That guy is insanely rock solid. I actually hit this car, stopped, ricocheted for a split second. Alright, let's see if we can make it without it stopping. Oh my god. Wow. Oh yeah, I'm pretty dead. That saw blade got me pretty good. So every tier is interesting too because it starts off with a tutorial where you could kind of get an acclimation of all the the controls that the game has in place and certain mechanics and the characters you can use. And then each chapter below is geared toward that specific vehicle or character type. So whether it's the bike or the quad, cars, chairs with propane tanks on them. Stunt bikes, and then at the very end is the glory gauntlet, and these pretty much consist of just insane challenges where anything can happen basically. Now, the game's going for about, I want to say 20? I think it's $20. Verify that. Nope, kidding. 15. Okay, I was going to say for 20, probably a little bit of a tougher sell. But $15, honestly, there's a lot of fun to be had. You know what? Let's throw a hat on somebody here. Let's give him a what the heck? Let's give him a duck hat. We'll use good old Larry. And honestly, the one thing I just want to do, I just want to see how high up we can fly. Wish we could actually like just leave the camera. Oh my god. I'm doing 560 miles an hour. Alright. I'm gonna launch myself. Let's see what happens. Wow. Did he ever go back to land? The funniest thing is, why am I slowing down in speed as I'm free falling? Shouldn't I be gaining more speed free falling? I still don't even see any land. Any day now. I mean, I think I stopped. Imagine this is if I just kept going. I wonder if there's like outer space you can fly to. Oh, it's taking me a lot longer to free fall than it did to go up. Jeez. There's not even like a, like where. How is there not like anything to land on this point? Oh, so the game crashed. Oh, wait, what the heck? Whoa, jeez, what happened to that person? Alright, let's just not go as high up. Let's just see what... Is there like zero gravity in this city? Oh, no, there we go. Now I'm free falling. Oh, this is gonna be a pretty bad demise for good old Larry. Oh! He's pretty dead. Oh, gosh. Well, there you have it. So here's about like 30 minutes of gameplay footage to showcase Guts and Glory, and instead of doing a traditional review that I've been working on more in the past, I decided to kind of showcase more of what the game has. I figured this was one of those games that I feel like doing a short review wouldn't really capture a lot of what the game is like or has to offer. It's kind of one of those games that felt it's definitely ideal for streaming. It's definitely one of those games that if you have a mic and you have a group of friends, this is an absolutely hysterical game to basically stream online with a bunch of people. That being said, the game doesn't have any multiplayer. There's no 2-player mode for like local play, no online play, no leaderboards really. It's basically just a single-player affair. There's no user-generated content for the console version. For as far as Switch is concerned, frame rate is pretty erratic at times. Several times where it's lengthy loading. I mean, but all those issues aside, like I found myself really coming back to this and still having fun. Like even just now, I was having a blast showcasing what the game has to offer. So, $15 on the eShop, PSN, and Xbox Marketplace. Guys, if you like physics-based games and you're looking for something that's going to give you a lot of laughs, Guts and Glory is actually a pretty solid buy. If I had to give it a score, based on the hours I've put in and based on the live stream I've put together, honestly, out of a scale of 1 to 10, it's going to hit a 7.0. It's definitely a game I recommend buying. It has its issues that can definitely be patched, but there's no denying that I had a lot of fun with this game, and I'm honestly going to find myself coming back for it. So, definitely a good game. It's not great based on the current state it's in, but it's definitely good and has the potential of being even better. So that being said, guys, definitely like, comment, subscribe down below. Tell me your thoughts, what you think of Guts and Glory, if it's something that interests you. And even just comment below. Tell me what you guys think of this review format. Do you guys prefer a longer stream showcasing the game and me just providing some thoughts and commentary alongside it? Or do you guys prefer more of the short streamed 6 to 7 minute reviews that I've put out recently? As always, guys, game on.